The person probably who's got the most to hide is the one who's going to fight the most.
And hit dog will holler. And they did. It was like, oh, he's about to investigate us. Shut it down. Shut it down. Flush the money. Flush it.
The people who come first, like, they're probably the ones who are in on the biggest grift because, hey, you know, I figured out how to grift this money. How USAID got to the top of the Doge list, I think, is one of the most interesting aspects of this story. So if you remember, on January 21st, Trump decided he would do a bunch of executive orders, right? And one of them was to pause foreign aid for 90 days. Okay, this seems reasonable. We got to take care of our country. That was part of his mandate for becoming the 47th president of the United States. So a couple of days later, the White House said, hey, this USAID leadership is trying to circumvent the executive order. In other words, they're just going to keep paying people even though the executive order came out. That alerted the Doge team. So,
which they actually did because they were still paying New York. They sent like $59 million, I believe, to New York for luxury hotels for illegal immigrants. And they were already ordered to stop these payments. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You know what? Let me just go ahead and be quiet and finish playing this right here because this is very important. All right. All right. Let's get into it.
So Elon confirmed this on X. He said, quote, all Doge did was check to see which federal organizations were violating the president's executive orders the most. Turned out to be USAID. So that became our focus. And according to NBC, security officials at USAID tried to prevent Doge from even getting into the building or accessing the systems. To your point, Antonio, the person probably who's got the most to hide is the one who's going to fight the most.
And as somebody said inside of our chat the other days, they said, my grandmama used to say a hit dog will holler. And they did. It was like, oh, he's about to investigate us. Shut it down. Shut it down. Flush the money. Flush it. Flush the cocaine. All right. So they're putting it out there of how USA got outed. They outed themselves when they put this information out there that they was about to start investigating their tails.
Who's got the most to hide is the one who's going to fight the most. Over the weekend, Doge gained access to USAID, and then people started tweeting out all of this, you know, crazy spend and things that any American who looks at it and says, wait a second, if we haven't fixed the goddamn water in Flint, Michigan, why are we sending money to Galway?
And that's what I just now asked. I just now asked that. Have we fixed the water in Flint, Michigan yet? Because they was actually saying that they would. All of these people talking about they don't care about us in Flint. That's why we're voting for Biden, because Trump don't care about us in Flint. And Biden was like, I will fix it. He's pointing with his thumb. You know, like if you're a politician and you're doing any type of promises to the American people, if you're not pointing with your thumb, then you're not serious. You got to point with your thumb. All right. And he's saying, I will fix the water in Flint, Michigan. I believe Obama was promising that too. But yeah, okay, I digress. Let's go.
Wait a second. If we haven't fixed the goddamn water in Flint, Michigan, why are we sending money to Galway or in Ireland to do a DEI musical? This makes no sense. And that's, I think, the key piece of this, Antonio, is can you win the hearts and minds of Americans? Because some of this stuff, I don't know if it's legal or it's not legal or it's against protocol or it is protocol. We're going to find out. There's been tons of legal cases and lawsuits that have been filed. But to your point, this is how Elon found out about USAID.
Yep, because he got some young geniuses on the job and they figured it out. They figured that bad boy out and they started panicking. And when they started panicking, he was like, oh, we got him. We got him. That's like feeling the fish biting the line. It's like, oh, it's shaking. We got one. Oh, this is a big one. This is a big one. And they started just putting that information out there and destroying them. And as we pointed out before, here's all of the information that they have been coming up with. $50 billion in fraudulent entitlement payments, $4 billion in NIH admin fees, $516 million in DEI contract, Office of Personal Management, $420 million in unoccupied lease cancellations, $375 million USAID DEI contracts, 59 million spent last week on luxury New York hotels for illegal immigrants, 50 million for condoms in Gaza, 45 million for a scholarship program for students in Burma, 20 million for a scholarship program 20 million related to the Russiagate impeachment hoax, 20 million for a new Sesame Street show in Iraq, 19 million to promote inclusion in Vietnam. What? 10 million linked to an Al-Qaeda associated terrorist group, 8 million in Politico, 7 million for promoting LGBTQ advocacy in Jamaica and Uganda, 5 million to Eco Health Alliance allocated to the Wuhan lab. We all know what happened in the Wuhan lab. 2 million for sex changes in LGBT activism in Guatemala. 1.5 million for advancing DEI in Serbia's communities. And this is the main reason why we now have a man, and we can define what a man is. We have a man in office who is tired of all this DEI and LGBTQ special program funding stuff. So he's getting rid of all of it. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have, trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing, we have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Until it doesn't mean that it's not coming back. Okay, it doesn't mean that it's not coming back, but he needs to pause these things so that we can figure out where our money is going, so we can get a better handle on things. That's it. All right, boys and girls, that's it. Trying to get a better handle on things, man. And I think that's important. Like, we're all adults. We all run the finances, and we all run our homes and make sure that things are in place so that our family have everything that they need and possibly want some of the things that they want. But in order to do that, we have to be responsible. We can't have a whole bunch of endless frivolous spending. That's just not cool. And this is what they found. And nobody on the left give a damn about what's being found. They just care more about the person that's exposing them, because they want us to know that this person is not qualified. And also, the other thing I like is promises made. I'm sure y'all know the rest of that. Promises daggone kept.